If you wanted to know how I color my illustrations, what supplies I'm using, this video is for you. I will be coloring the illustration of this magical house, and I will be talking about the supplies I will be using today. So to start with, I'm going to be testing some colors here in my little swatch area. And what I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using some of my Copic markers. I will be using my regular watercolor pencils. This is the set that I've always had, and these are the colors that work for me, mainly pink, blue, and some beige colors. And this ochre, I think I'm saying it right, I don't know, ochre yellow. I have prepared some of the Carandash Neocolor one, which is not a watercolor. This is the wax crayon, like a fancy type of crayon, similar to Crayola or other brands, but this one is really saturated. It's like you are working with Prismacolors in the form of a crayon. So I will be probably using these, and also I will be using my clean color brushes. And this is not my typical art supply, but unfortunately I do not have these colors in my Copic selection, so I will just use these. And clean color is a watercolor brush. This sketchbook takes some watercolor, but the pages are not very thick. It's not a typical mixed media sketchbook. Okay, so let's start with testing the colors, making a color swatch. So we'll be using this pink, and I will be using this cornflower blue, and I will be using let's do yellow to create a little bit of a contrast, using complementary colors next to each other. Light purple. Next, let's do 205, whatever this name is, dark blossom pink. I don't really care about the names. I do care about the numbers, but again, I don't even care about the numbers. I care about what it looks like. Okay, so right now it's not very cheerful, right? Okay, what else did I forget? I have these three. Gray color, definitely. So this yellow, I'm not gonna use it exactly like that. I really need a darker yellow color, so I will be going over it with a watercolor pencil. Also, I forgot to prepare darker gray, which I definitely am going to need. C4. It's right here. I will definitely need this color. And let's swatch the Carandash crayons. It's nice looking purple, which is very similar to this one, but again, not exactly similar. And this one, this is unfortunate. This is how they sent it to me, but luckily I did get a replacement, and I will get a sharp version of this color in a second. So nice orange and really pretty blue. So these are the colors that I am going to be using. Let's start. So I like to start with the lighter colors typically, and with the larger areas, and then I work with the details. So we're starting with the roof, C1, and I will alternate C1. Honestly, coloring is not my favorite part, but that's why probably I spend so much money on the art supplies. It's absolutely not necessary, but I like to work with the nice supplies. colors, which makes me more excited to color. So I used two colors, two shades of gray, C4 and C1, and the Copics, you have to blend them while they are still wet. Otherwise, you will have to re-wet the area because it's not going to blend very well. And the same thing pretty much applies to clean brush colors. It is the same situation. You have to, if you want to blend them, if you plan on blending something, you have to apply. Oh, I made a mistake, huh? You have to apply them while they are still wet. Yes, I certainly made a mistake, but that's fine. I'm gonna treat this area as one. Okay. Now here, I wish I had some type of a blender. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and color all the way down. So my approach to coloring is take it easy. I like inking, I like adding the details. But when you color it, honestly, I don't really care that much. Okay, and the transition. For the transition, I am going to pick up this pink color. Honestly, I should have done this later. All the details first, flat color, and then details and transitions. But since I already started shading the roof, I might as well just go ahead and do this right away. So I will take a minute, speed up the video, and color all my main areas flat colors. With flat colors means there is no transition, there is nothing about it, it's just flat color. I don't know how else to explain it better. And after that, I will be talking about transitions and blending and embellishing and all that other kind of stuff. Okay, so I finished coloring. I feel like I did a pretty good and at the same time pretty sloppy job. Ended up replacing this blue color with a different blue color from my Copic markers, and I did not use my dark blue color yet. I don't know if I'm gonna use it. So now I am going to shade and embellish this artwork with my watercolor pencils. The pencils don't have to be watercolor. It's whatever you are used to. I also have a set of Prismacolors right here, the colors that I like. My advice is to create your own little palette of the colors that work well together. Mine's are based on the primary colors. It's a primary color based palette with some deviations, so it's not technically just yellow, blue, and red. It's various shades of red, pinks, and different shades of blue, and just one, I guess maybe two shades of yellow. So this is what I am using. That's what I like. So all my pencils are sharp. I do like sharpening them before I start working because I feel like it's super annoying to work with a dull pencil. Also, I found my blender marker, and I use it just, blend whatever needs to be blended. And here I purposely went outside of the contour line with yellow because I want to create an effect of a shining star. So I'm gonna quickly blend it with the blender, and maybe I will work with it again later. So right now we have this plain color, plain purple color. I'm gonna move it out just a little bit closer, and let's try and make it not so plain. I will be using different shades of blue, and if I need to, I will also go to purple crayon. And you may notice that I am in fact holding my blue pencil in a weird manner, but I'm doing this on purpose because I want for my pencil to be under a very small, very sharp angle. Let's see, this is sharp angle, this is or straight angle. I don't know what I'm talking about, but technically I want my pencil to be as flat to the paper as possible, because that creates smooth lines. Actually, you can't even see lines, just very smooth coloring. So I'm working with the color of the house, going outside of the lines. Sometimes you can erase pencil, sometimes you can't erase it. Honestly, I do not overthink my art. I just do it and I fix it if I need to. Switch into a lighter blue. And you would ask probably, why did you even color with the marker first if you are going to go over it with the pencil? And to me, layering colors and different supplies, I feel like it creates a deeper effect, deeper color, more interesting, not just flat. As the viewer, you can almost always they can tell whether you use the flat color, simple color, or something else. Okay, so here I'm lacking depth in this area, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this Kuretake crayon, see if this will yield the result I'm looking for. It's very saturated. Oh Lord, it is very soft. So I'm trying, and it's very dull at the same time. So I like the color, but to me it's difficult. Okay, maybe I should just circle in the same direction. It's difficult to manipulate this particular art supply, which does not mean that I don't like it. I like it. See how fast it's dull, so it's so much faster to color with it. Well, I will make my decision, my final decision about it after I finish this whole artwork. Be a little bit more depth under the windows, under the balcony. Here, yes. So I'm drawing technically I'm drawing the shadows under. Okay. Alright, here I cannot create smooth transitions, so I'm just gonna erase some of it and call it transition. Okay, let's see if the pencil is going to work on top of it, which, yeah, it is. Okay, maybe a little bit more with the blue. Okay. So let's work with the windows. So inside we will show the thickness with a darker color. That's the thickness of the frame. The outside I will work with yellow just a little bit. I like yellow on top of pink. There is no particular system to which I adhere when I color my artwork. Just intuitively, I'm trying to think what's gonna look good and what's not gonna look good. So this thickness of the frame, everywhere inside of the frame, I am just coloring with a darker pink. I don't know what I did right here. So some of it is, you know, technically the way I drew it, it's not necessarily correct from a classical drawing point of view, but if I cared about that, I probably would do it the proper way, but I didn't care about that. I've done all this classical proper drawing way too much, and it's not interesting for me anymore. I don't care about it. Okay, switching back to, you know what, let me grab a lighter blue. Let's work with the window panes. So the glass, the window glass, I was told it's called a window pane, like P-A-N-E. I think that's how we spell it. And the same thing we will do on the balcony. Let's pretend it's also glass. Let me grab another pink. Actually, maybe this peachy pink would be better. It's okay. And a little bit of yellow. And deepen this area. So I'm gonna color right here, going over the inside window frame. Okay. We'll see. For somebody this video is gonna be useful. For somebody it's not gonna be useful. Probably not gonna hurt my feelings unless they leave a nasty comment. But there is going to be someone who will like it. This chaotic little coloring. Okay. All right. Let's see what can we do with the balcony to make it look a little bit more interesting. A little darker on the bottom. A little yellow here. Yellow on top. Okay, that's fun. Maybe deepen this area. I am working with the same pink. I have a lot of shades of pink here. So let's see if maybe this one, it's a little bit more purple. Add it a little bit right here on the roof. Let me switch to the lighter pink. Let's see if it's gonna, it's not really working in this particular case. I do not need it. A little bit of, oops, the wrong color. So back to my light magenta. I don't know what's the color, what's the name of the color, but we're gonna blush the circles. Let's work with this little area. I don't like what I did. Let's see if we can save it. First with yellow. I don't hate it, but it needs a little bit more careful. It needs a careful outline on the bottom. Maybe with a thicker liner, but that's what I have handy right here, so I'm gonna use it. Oops, shaking the camera, of course, that's part of the process. We need to do that. Okay. Since we added, we're gonna do the same thing right there. Okay. Next, let's work a little bit with the stars, and then I will speed up the video so it's not too long to watch, because the main part, basic things, you probably already understand. Oh, and I was just talking about blush in the yellow areas right here, and they were not even in the frame, so this is what I did. Combine pink and yellow right here. Okay, a little bit blue. I wonder if it's irritating to watch me, because I'm jumping from one thing to another oftentimes. Just a little bit of blue here, maybe a little bit blue on the pipe. So basically word parasites that I'm using. The rule is to use pencil on every area that we previously colored with the marker. Okay, so this is what I have, and I want to try something else. I want to add a little bit of the background to this house. So I've got 3 more markers. These are the colors, and let's experiment. Let's see if I can do this. So I will go ahead and outline, kind of sorta, with the marker, my house, mainly on the left side, but also a little bit on the right side, because what I'm trying to achieve I am trying to achieve this magical ambience, maybe like a nighttime, since we already have stars. Starting with a lighter blue. I think it's lighter. Well, technically, no. But if we layer the colors, then yes, it will be a little bit darker. And I probably should have used this color in the first place instead of a crayon, the fancy crayon. But oh well, sometimes you have to experiment, discover new supplies, see whether they are working or not working for a particular purpose. And I do love the Carandash crayons. It's just for this particular illustration, I don't feel like it was the best fit. Besides, when if you can see, I added a little bit of the white elements, kind of sprinkles with Posca pen, and Posca pen does not work very well on top of anything oily, oil-based Prismacolors crayons. It gets clogged, and so it did get clogged, but if you work it and if you clean it on a piece of paper, you can successfully or semi-successfully unclog it. So right now I kind of try to blend 2 colors, and I'm switching to my colorless blender, and I'm just gonna dab it right now. And it's just pure, basically, alcohol. I guess it's just alcohol. I don't know what they mix in it, but it is capable of creating interesting effects. I don't know what's gonna happen on this paper. I might have to use another color to blend. Let's switch to this one, the lightest. So maybe, because I want for this effect, for this darkness to disappear into nowhere. So it's just go on top of it. Also, sometimes it takes time for the blender to work, and it's still working until it's entirely dry. Until the paper is entirely dry, it's hard to tell whether the effect was successful or not. keep dabbing, tapping, and I think it's working. It's a little messy little area. I like that. And while this area is drying, because I still want to work with it a little bit more, I will go ahead and work a little bit more with the stars and the moon. And again, with the blender, I dab it. I'm scared to see what's on the opposite page. Yeah, it bled through just a little bit, but it's not critical. Take my darkest blue and I will darken this sky right next to the house just a little bit more for the depth. This part I probably should leave. Maybe this blue-green. Okay. Alright, well, that was it. I don't think I'm gonna be adding anything else. I like it the way it is. And if you liked it, if it was useful, like, subscribe, follow, and once I get better with recording the videos, I will create some courses that go in depth about my illustration process. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a good day.